What's up, everybody? We're back for another video. Today, talking all about live streaming, how we can use live streaming services in our computer, in our phone, in our tablet to broadcast audio and video of our performances to our followers on social media. Things that you're going to need to do a live stream. You're going to need a computer, a phone, or a tablet. You're going to need an internet connection. You're going to need OBS software, depending on what type of live stream you want to do. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. You're going to need a social media account. I would recommend Facebook, Twitch, or Instagram for live streaming. We'll talk a little bit more about which ones. We'll talk a little bit more about which ones to use and why, depending on what you're trying to do, but you may need to use a stream key if you are using OBS. Obviously, you're going to need an instrument, and some songs. Optionally, if you want to up the quality, sound quality and video quality, you might want a microphone, some headphones, a webcam, or a capture card. Not all of us have access to that stuff. Not all of us have the cash to go buy that stuff. I always just try to remember that a bad recording won't ruin a good performance. Okay, so here's the question. What type of content are we streaming? Well, we're using the tools available to us, especially the free tools that are available to us, to fill a void of concerts and regular music releases that are not happening right now. So we got to think about what people at home might want and what we can do with the stuff that's available to us. The 4 examples that I'm going to go into today are how you as a solo artist can perform by yourself, how we can put together a round of performers, and without being in the same room, we can get multiple performers to be a part of the same live stream. We're going to look at some ways that we can do a listening party. If you are someone that's been productive with your demo recording throughout the second semester, you may have some stuff that you're interested in showing your friends and fans. We'll talk about artist interviews, some supplemental conversation, and basically just trying to get creative. We want to showcase our personalities and our art in a unique way. The thing to keep in mind is that the more people we're collaborating with, the bigger our audience is going to be on the internet. So if we're talking about a solo performance, we're pretty much talking about showcasing our finished songs, maybe getting some audience feedback on works in progress. You might take some requests or some questions. You might play a cover song. And if you are someone who has quite a few original songs, this is a great opportunity for you to test out the flow of a set. Maybe 5 or more songs. You want to figure out what's the best order to play them in. You can do multiple performances and get some feedback on that as well. This is the easiest to set up because we can use the go live option from our phone or from our laptop with a webcam, and we don't need a whole lot of stuff to get going. If you have the capability though, I definitely recommend using a computer, using the OBS software, and if you have access to it, a USB mic will help out the sound quality a lot. But the internal mic on your laptop or on your phone is definitely better than nothing. So some important things, there's a look at the OBS app. This is actually what I'm using to record this video right now. Some important things you'll want to look for if you download that free OBS app is you'll want to go to the settings and the stream here. This stream key is super important if you're going to be streaming directly to your Facebook fan page or to your Twitch or things like that from your desktop. That's the thing that connects your computer to your account. If we flip over here to Facebook, on your personal page or on your fan page, for example, you would just go to this create thing here. You would click on live, and it loads up a screen here that actually gives us that stream key, excuse me. And so you can just copy this and paste it into your OBS software. That's what'll make that connection for you. Last but not least, you may just want to double check your audio settings. Down here, this little gear button on OBS will pop up your audio properties, and you can choose if you have an external sound card or if you're just using your internal mic. So that stream and those audio settings are pretty key for using OBS. Now that's cool if you're going to perform as a soloist, but the best way to get a wide audience is to get a lot of people involved in the performance. Round of performers is something that I've seen a lot of people do live together in the same room, but I thought it would be interesting to explore how we could do this remotely from different rooms using streaming software and using group call software. So going to require a little bit of planning. Can be difficult to execute, but has a potential for a lot of viewers. So if you are on Instagram Live, there's this really cool button that pops up with two faces, two smiley faces. You can see that on the leftmost photo. And it says, who do you want to go live with? So if someone is watching your live stream, you can pick one person, and then you'll see after you click add over all the way on the right, there's like you and your homegirl streaming at the same time, talking to each other, or in this case, playing some music together. So that's one option. Instagram Live would work for that if you're just using your internal mic on your phone. Squad streaming on Twitch is another cool option. Requires a little bit of setup and maybe a little bit of practice, but you can stream up to 4 people on the same Twitch stream. We won't go into all of the setup for that, but just know that there's tons of free resources on YouTube and on the Twitch website for how to set that up. It's easier than you may think. Last but not least, if we were to do a Discord group call, you can have up to 10 people video calling with each other, sharing audio with each other. To do that and share that to an audience, you would just want to have one person be the host using the OBS app, screencasting and taking audio from their Discord app and being the person that's kind of hosting that stream. And also just helping organize the order of performers, addressing people in the chat room who are maybe talking to you. And of course, if you're going to have multiple people streaming at the same time, you just want to make sure that whoever's not talking or whoever's not performing remembers to mute their microphone. Another cool option could be a listening party. So you want to share your recordings publicly or with a select group of people. It's an awesome way to show appreciation to those that support your music. And it's a great way to promote new music before it gets released. It's not as great with a phone or a tablet because you're probably stuck with the internal microphone, so audio quality might be an issue. But if you're doing this on a computer and you're using OBS, you can use an app like Soundflower if you're on Mac, or Jack Audio if you're on PC, which will just allow you to take audio directly from iTunes. So you can have direct audio fed to the people at home. They get the high quality sound. Alternately, if you're doing a big group call for this listening party on Discord, there's a really easy bot you can install called Rhythm. And that allows you to get URLs from people, private SoundCloud links, for example, and Rhythm will be, and you'll type in a piece of code and Rhythm will play the music in your voice call. The thing you got to keep in mind here is that more artists involved in your live stream, of course, is going to mean a wider audience. So this is a great one to get your peers involved with, to get other bands involved with, and maybe get a couple artists to contribute some recordings. I think might have the best result there. If you want to do some interview stuff, showcase your personality, multiple artists can grow their fan base together. Instagram Live, again, allows for up to 2 people at the same time. Squad streaming on Twitch allows for 4 or up to 10 on Discord group. I would consider doing this in small doses or in between other content on a live stream. Like take a break between artists and talk to each other for a moment. As you guys can probably tell from watching this video, listening to a lot of talking gets boring really fast. So use that sparingly. Well, now we've got a bunch of options and we've got a bunch of apps that we can read into to make the live streaming actually happen. But to get the best result, we're going to want to promote this and tell people that it's happening. Consistency is key. People will show up again and again if you always stream on the same day, if you always stream at the same time. If that's not an option, then we're going to want to at least get the word out a few days in advance. So using some calendar apps with your bandmates and collaborators, I use Google Calendar or iCalendar for all of my stuff. That's a great option. Pick a date and a time when everyone's available and make a flyer or a promo graphic, something that's exciting and eye-catching. We'll talk more about that in just a sec. Everyone that's involved has got to help promote. That's what makes this thing work. Blasting it out from one account is only so effective, but if you've got 10 people on that group call and you're blasting it out to 10 different people, you're going to have up to 10 times a bigger audience. Seems pretty straightforward. Facebook event pages is a great option because it will give people notifications who have marked that they're attending or that they're thinking about it. Also, this is another awesome opportunity for you to use your email list. MailChimp, Gmail, whatever you want to use. Here's an example of a recent email that I sent out letting people know what's going on, where to click, what to look out for. And then I've got this really cool Instagram Messenger hack. So they say that word of mouth is the best advertisement you got. And that's cool, but we can't talk to people directly right now via word of mouth, so we're going to have to get creative. If you go to one of your posts, down here you've got the like button, you've got the comment button, and then you've got this messenger button. If you press on the messenger button, it'll pop open a direct message where you can select up to 50 people at a time. You can send them your post. In this case, it would be your flyer for your live streaming event. And then you can type a custom message. I recommend something like, hey, sorry to bother you. If you have a moment, I'm really excited to share that I've got a live streaming event coming up. We're looking for people to help spread the word. If you could like the post and comment it, that would help out a ton. Also, you can find more info at the link in my bio if you want to watch the stream yourself. And then when you're live and you're doing your actual stream, you want to make sure that you encourage your viewers to share with their friends so that you get a little boost of live viewers. And you want to make sure before the end of it that you promote your next stream as well if you've got another one scheduled. All right, so we need to make a flyer too, something interesting, something that's eye-catching, something to give people all of the right information. There's lots of free options out there. You can take photos with your phone. You can create simple graphics with apps like Photoshop Express, Visco, and Canva. If you're on a desktop, Pixlr is another great Photoshop type app. Canva has apps on desktop and mobile. And then I'm also using this one called Unfold, which I believe is a free app. I'm using that one on my phone a lot as well. Last but not least, you're going to want to make sure that you test it out before you go live. Get a couple close friends or family members to tune in to let you know how it sounds on their end, how the video quality looks on their end, just to give you some feedback. Run a few tests with your crew, especially if you're doing a group stream. OBS can record your video as well, so you can go back and watch the test run. And just remember the nature of live streaming is really casual in general. It's free for people to tune in, so I feel like the expectation is not super high. You can kind of just be yourself, have fun. You'll want to keep it professional, of course, but again, there's no expectation that this is going to be a perfected concert like that people are paying tickets to go to. But nonetheless, make sure you write out a plan and stick to the plan. And after you try a couple streams out, don't get discouraged if you don't have a lot of viewers early on. It takes a lot of tries, and it takes a lot of consistency, and it takes a lot of people sharing your videos for you to start gaining that audience. But if your images are interesting, and if your songs are well performed, and if you're able to relax and give a good experience to the people that are watching your stream, and if you remember to ask them to share, I bet that you will be surprised how fast people start tuning in and want to come back and watch you do more streaming in the future. Well, that's everything that we've got for this lesson. What I want you to do is look into these websites and these apps that I'm talking about. Get together and communicate with your bandmates or some other artists that you might want to collaborate on a live stream event with. And either as a solo artist or if you're feeling ambitious as a group, I want you to take the opportunity to at least once a week go live on Facebook or Instagram or your social media of preference and share some of your music in a live performance setting, at least for a couple minutes. See if you can get 2 or 3 songs in a row and try to engage some people in a conversation and see how that goes. If you find some success, let us know how it went. Make sure that you plan for more events in the future if people are tuning in, and try to pick a day that you can consistently do that so that people know when to come back. Happy streaming. Make sure you stay productive. Practice that instrument. Hope to see you back in class very soon. Peace.